record button. Okay. Question number 1 for today. Why is there so much stress laid on the association of devotees throughout the scriptures? What is the correct method of properly associating with devotees? How do we know that we are associating with the right kind of devotees?
Tagalog.
Bakit labis na binibigyang diin sa buong banal na kasulatan ang pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto? Ano ang tamang pamamaraan ng maayos na pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto? Paano natin malalaman na nakikisalamuha tayo sa tamang uri ng mga deboto?
So thank you again. Let's start. So it is said that man is a sociable animal, Is it not? You want to say that?
Sinasabi na ang tao ay isang uri ng palakaibigan na nilalang.
So he is always, he's associating with somebody.
Palagi siyang nakikisalamuha sa kahit sino.
Actually, if they want to punish someone, they put him in solitary confinement.
Kadalasan nga kapag gustong parusahan ng isang tao, nilalagay sila sa isang lugar na wala silang makakasalamuhang kahit sino o ikinukulong.
Also there's a saying that man is known by the company he keeps.
Man is known by the company he keeps.
At nakikilala ang isang tao sa sa uri ng mga kaibigan niya.
So if you keep the right company, you get that kind of a quality. If you keep the bad company, you develop bad qualities.
Kapag nakakasalamuha mo ang mga bubuting tao, nakukuha mo ang kanilang katangian. Gayon din, kapag nakakasalamuha mo ang masasamang tao, nakukuha mo rin ang masasama nilang katangian.
So therefore, association is inevitable, whether it is devotees or non-devotees,
Kaya naman, ang pakikisalamuha ay hindi maiiwasan.
There's also association of, if somebody wants to do business, then there's a business, what do you call that? All the businessmen get together, trade association. There's so many associations, teachers association, traders association, you name it, doctors association. Why all this association?
Katulad niyan, ang mga negosyante nga, sila ay mayroong sarili nilang uri ng asosasyon o pakikisalamuha. Iyon ay mga tao rin na kapwa may alam sa mga kalakal. Gayon din yung mga guro, nakikisalamuha rin sila sa kapwa nila mga guro. So iba't ibang uri ng pakikisalamuha depende sa iba't ibang uri ng tao.
So similarly, devotees also require association.
Pati ang deboto ay nangangailangan ng pakikisalamuha.
And why we require association? What is the correct method of associating?
At bakit natin kinakailangan ang makisalamuha at ano ang tamang uri ng pakikisalamuha?
You got nectar of instruction, mantra 3, mantra what? 5 is it? No, what is that mantra? Taking prasadam, I think it's 4, is it?
Yeah, Priti Lakshanam.
You can read that.
Dadati pratigrahnate guhyamakhyati pritchate bhungte bhojete chaiva shadvidam priti lakshanam.
Ang pagbibigay ng regalo bilang kawang-gawa, ang pagtanggap ng kawang-gawang mga regalo, ang pagpapaalam ng iniisip ng isang tao sa kapwa niya, ang pagtatanong, ang pagtanggap ng prasadam, At ang pagbibigay ng prasadam, ito ay ang 6 na sintomas ng pagmamahal na pinagsasaluhan ng bawat isang deboto sa kapwa niya.
So this is the proper method of associating. You see, offering gifts in charity, that means we exchange gifts.
Ibig sabihin nito, ang pagbibigay ng regalo ay yung pagbibigay ng regalo sa bawat isa at pagtanggap na rin gayon pa man.
Then we accept also gifts.
At tumatanggap din tayo ng regalo.
And this is a very important point, revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially.
At ang pinaka-importante ay ang pagsasabi ng ating nasa sa isip sa kapwa natin at gayon din pagtatanong sa ating kapwa.
If you don't reveal your mind and if you don't inquire confidentially, then it is difficult to make advancement,
Sapagkat kapag hindi mo sinasabi kung ano ang nasa iisip mo at hindi ka nagtatanong,
because the mind, you finished, not finished?
Yan, sinabi niya. Not yet, Prabhu. Oh.
She didn't entirely listen to your previous point, Prabhu. Sorry.
So the Prabhu, the last thing you said, when you don't when you don't inquire confidentially,
you're going to get into a lot of trouble,
Kung hindi ka nagtatanong at nakikisalamuha at sinasabi ang nasa sa loob mo, maaari kang malagay sa panganib.
Because spiritually speaking, the mind is the enemy.
Sapagkat ang isip mo ay ang iyong kaaway.
So if we don't reveal our mind, that means we are not revealing our enemy. We are harboring our enemy,
Kaya naman kapag hindi mo sinasabi ang nasa sa isip mo at hindi mo, ibig sabihin ay itinatago mo ang iyong kaaway o pinagtatakpan mo ang kaaway mo mula sa iba.
So by revealing the mind and inquiring confidentially, we are exposing the, what we say, our minds, all the bad qualities,
Kaya pag hindi tayo nagtatanong ng confidential,
we are not giving the mind a chance.
Hindi natin binibigyan ng isip natin ang pagkakataon para hindi natin mabibigyan ng pagkakataon ng isip natin para paglaruan tayo mismo.
Because the mind is the chief, what we say, element in our body that's giving a lot of trouble,
Sapagkat ang isip natin ay ang pinuno ng ating katawan na pinaka nagbibigay ng panganib.
And it's most difficult to control, no?
At ito ang pinakamahirap kontrolin.
You can see in 7, 8, 9, you can read.
Yes, login. I understand login will be done on the app itself, but for a new user, he needs to register.
Ipinagpatuloy ni Prahalad Maharaj, mahal kong ama,
When it be done on the app itself.
Isuko mo na ang iyong malademonyong pag-iisip.
Because it will seem. So now what?
Kilalanin mo mula sa iyong puso kung sino ang kaaway at ang kaibigan.
When I open the app,
Gawin mo na ang iyong isip ay
specifically our website, and then I'll have to fill up the registration there, and then once I click submit, then I'll be redirected to the app. So that's a bit kind of a fishy thing, which I personally would like it like that.
Gawin mo na ang iyong isip ay hindi
Can be done.
kasangkapan
I think most
sa lahat, sa bawat isa. Maliban sa
like for example, if you download any
maliban sa hindi makontrol at walang gabay na pag-iisip, wala nang ibang kaaway sa mundong ito. Kapag ka nakikita ng isang tao ang bawat isa sa plataporma ng pagkakapantay-pantay, ang isa ay mapupunta sa posisyon ng pagsamba sa Panginoon ng perpekto.
You can see that the mind is the uncontrolled and misguided mind. There's no enemy in this world.
Makikita mo na walang ibang kaaway dito sa mundo na ito kundi ang hindi makontrol ang pag-iisip mo.
So the best way to control the mind is to reveal the mind.
Kaya ang pinaka mabisang paraan para makontrola mo ang iyong isip ay ang ipaalam mo kung ano ang nilalaman ng iyong isip sa kapwa mo.
But this doesn't mean that you reveal your mind to anybody and everybody.
Pero hindi ibig sabihin nito na kailangan mong ipaalam ito sa kahit sino na lamang.
To someone you trust, no?
Kailangan ipaalam mo ito sa isang tao na pinagkakatiwalaan mo.
So you must have, everybody have somebody who is, I would say, senior, who is managing, who's helping. You can reveal the mind to such a person, then yes, you will make tremendous advancement,
Maaari mong ipaalam ang nilalaman ng isip mo sa isang mas mataas sa iyo o sa isang mas nakakaalam na tao. At pag ginawa mo ito, ikaw ay magkakaroon ng magandang pagsulong.
And then, of course, the next is to accept prasadam and offer prasadam.
At gayon pa man, ang susunod dito ay ang pagtanggap ng prasadam at ang pagbibigay ng prasadam.
In this way, we share love with one another,
Sa ganitong paraan na ibabahagi natin ang pagmamahal natin sa ating kapwa.
it's underdeveloped.
See, this is what association is all about,
Ito ay ang nilalaman ng pakikisalamuha.
And by doing this, the devotees, you can go 11:3:30.
At sa paggawa nito, ang mga deboto ay makikita sa 11:3:30. Ang isa ay kailangan malaman kung paano ang makisalamuha sa mga deboto ng Panginoon sa pamamagitan ng pagsasama-sama sa kanila upang mag-chant ng chant ng mga biyaya ng Panginoon. Sa ganitong proseso, ito ay ang pinaka makapagpapadalisay.
So you see, this is explains very clearly the purpose of association.
I'll finish the rest.
Not finish, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Bilang deboto, habang ang deboto ay namumuo sa kanila ang pakikipagkaibigan, nararamdaman nila ang kapwa, ang kasiyahan at ang satisfaction. At sa pamamagitan ng pag-encourage sa bawat isa, matutunan nilang isuko ang material nilang pagpapasaya sa kanilang sariling pandama. Ang pagpapasaya sa kanilang sariling pandama ay ang dahilan ng kanilang pagdurusa. Finish, Prabhu.
Very good. So you can see this verse sums up the purpose of association.
Makikita sa bersikulong ito ang kabuuan ng layunin ng pakikisalamuha.
If you you see from scope of work point of view,
Correct.
the only thing that was discussed in the scope of work for redirection was the
So once we get into this platform,
apart from that, I don't
then you can go to the next verse.
At kapag ka napunta tayo sa ganitong plataforma,
the only redirection thing that was discussed in the scope of work was the subscription model, because that
ang mga deboto ng Panginoon ay palaging tinatalakay ang biyaya ng personalidad ng Panginoon sa kanilang mga sarili. Kaya naman, palagi nilang naaalala ang Panginoon at naaalala ng bawat isa ang kanyang katangian at ang kanyang mga pastimes. Sa ganitong pamamaraan, sa pamamagitan ng kanilang debosyon sa mga prinsipyo ng Bhakti Yoga, ang mga deboto ay napapasaya ang personalidad ng Diyos na siyang nagtatanggal sa kanila ng kamalasan. Sa pamamagitan ng pagiging dalisay sa lahat ng imperfection, ang deboto ay nagigising sa dalisay na pagmamahal sa Panginoon. Kaya naman, kahit dito sa mundong ito, ang kanilang katawan na nagiging espiritual ay nagpapakita ng mga simptomas ng transcendental na kasiyahan o ecstasy, katulad halimbawa ng pananayo ng balahibo sa kanilang katawan.
Finish?
Finish, Prabhu.
Can go to the next verse.
Sa pagkakatamo ng pagmamahal sa Panginoon, ang deboto ay minsan ay umiiyak ng malakas sa sobrang pag-iisip sa Panginoon na hindi lumalagapak. Minsan sila ay tumatawa, nakakaramdam ng matinding kasiyahan, nakikipag-usap sa Panginoon sa malakas na pananalita, nagsasayaw o kumakanta. Ang mga debotong ito na nalagpasan ang material at ang buhay na nakakondisyon ay minsang nagagaya ang kataas-taasang Panginoon sa pag-akto ng kanyang mga pastimes. At minsan, sa pagtamo ng kanyang mga personal na manonood, nananatili silang mapayapa at tahimik.
Finish?
Yes, Prabhu.
Next verse.
Yeah. Okay. Can we move forward?
Sa pamamagitan ng pag-aaral ng agham ng serbisyong devosyonal at praktikal na pag-uugnay sa serbisyong devosyonal sa Panginoon, ang deboto ay napupunta sa estado ng pagmamahal sa Panginoon. Ang kumpletong debosyon sa kataas-taasang personalidad ng Diyos, Narayan, ang deboto ay madaling matatawid, madaling malalagpasan ang enerhiya ng Maya na siyang napakahirap tawirin.
So you see, by these three verses, we can really understand how this association works.
Sa pamamagitan ng tatlong bersikulo nito, malalaman natin kung ano ang pinakamadaling paraan.
Association words.
Kung paano ang pakikisalamuha ay naisasagawa.
So you see, by inquiring about Krishna and talking about Krishna, the devotees get purified, they get happiness. Huh?
Sa pamamagitan ng pagtatanong tungkol kay Krishna o sa buhay ni Krishna, ang deboto ay nakakapagtamo ng sariling kasiyahan.
So when they get to the point of loving Krishna, then their life becomes successful.
At pag napunta sila sa punto ng pagmamahal kay Krishna, ang kanilang buhay ay nagiging matagumpay.
It's very difficult to do this alone, you know.
Napakahirap itong gawin ng mag-isa lamang.
Even in the Bhagavad Gita, it's also said, Machita Madgata, you know, Bodayantas Parasparam.
Kahit sa Bhagavad Gita ay nababanggit ito.
10:9, I think.
10:9.
Yeah. See?
Ang pag-iisip ng mga dalisay kong deboto ay nananatili sa akin. Ang kanilang buhay ay lubos na inaaalay sa aking serbisyo. At sila ay nakakatamo ng matinding satisfaction at kasiyahan mula sa palaging pagpapasiya sa bawat isa at pag-uusap ng tungkol sa akin.
See that? Even here it says, correct? They are always feeling great satisfaction from enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Yes.
So devotee association helps us, you know, you can go to 3:25.
Ang pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto ay nakakatulong sa atin. Makikita ito sa 3:25.
24.
24.
No, 23. 3:25, 20, sorry, 3:25. 3:25:19. And 20. 3:25:19 and then 20.
Translate self-realization.
Pagkakatanto sa sarili. Ang perfeksyon sa pagkakatanto sa sarili ay hindi makukuha sa pamamagitan ng kahit anong yogi, maliban na lamang kung iuugnay ang serbisyong devosyonal sa kataas-taasang personalidad ng Diyos, sapagkat ito ay ang pinaka maswerteng landas.
Next verse.
Ang bawat maalam na tao ay alam niyang mabuti ang pag-ugnay sa material ay ang pinakamatinding pagkakasangkot ng isang spiritual na kaluluwa. Pero ang parehong pagkakaugnay na iyon, kapag inihain mo sa isang deboto na napagtanto na ang sarili, ito ay ibubukas ang pinto sa kalayaan.
Can you go to 24?
o aking ina, o kagalang-galang na babae, ito ay ang mga katangian ng isang dakilang deboto na malaya mula sa lahat ng uri ng pagkakaugnay. Kailangan na maugnay tayo sa ganitong uri ng banal na mga tao sapagkat nilalabanan nito ang lahat ng delikadong epekto ng material na pagkakagulo.
So you see, by associating with devotees,
I mean, you just have to
counteract the
keep in mind that
pernicious
everything,
effects of material attachment.
once you guys have that in perspective, then I mean, once I mean these things are there in the handbook, once we see it on first hand, it will be subject to some change, like maybe we want terms and conditions under settings or FAQs under settings. So that can be changed. I do think that's a big change, right?
Harmful, this very harmful effect of material attachment.
Nakakasama. Pernicious effect means nakakasamang epekto ng pagkakaugnay sa material.
So when you associate with devotees, you go to the next verse.
Kaya pag nakikisalamuha ka sa mga deboto,
Satam prasangam mama virya samvido. This is the verse. Bhavanti hitkarna rasayanakatah tajosnadasva apavargavatmani siddharati bhakti anukramishati. So this is a very important verse.
ito ay napaka-importanting bersikulo sa pakikisalamuha sa mga dalisay na deboto, sa pagtalakay sa mga pastime at gawain ng kataas-taasang personalidad ng Diyos. Ito ay nagbibigay ng matinding kasiyahan at satisfaction sa ating tenga at sa ating mga puso sa pamamagitan ng paglilinang ng ganitong kaalaman. Ang isa ay sumusulong sa landas ng paglaya at pagkatapos nito siya ay makakalaya at ang kanyang attraction ay mananatili. Kaya naman ang tunay na debosyon at ang serbisyong devosyonal ay magsisimula.
So unless a person has got some envious things in the heart, he will not then associate with devotees.
Maliban na lamang kung ang tao ay may itinatagong inggit sa kanyang puso, hindi siya makikisalamuha sa mga deboto.
So why he wouldn't want to associate with devotees? He is keeping something in the heart, or he is doing his devotional service in the mode of passion,
Kaya naman hindi siya makikisalamuha sa mga deboto sapagkat may itinatago siyang masama sa kanyang puso. O ang kanyang paggawa ng serbisyong devosyonal ay sa pamamagitan ng mode of passion.
Can you go to 3:29:8? So this is the reason why you don't want to associate,
Ito ang dahilan kung bakit hindi nakikipagsalamuha ang isang tao. Ang serbisyong devosyonal ay na ginagawa ng isang tao na siyang mainggitin, mapagmalaki, bayolente, magagalitin, at siyang hindi nakikisalamuha sa ibang tao ay kinokonsidera bilang nasa mode of darkness.
Somebody must be logging on.
O mode of kamangmangan.
So when devotional service is executed by a person who is envious, proud, and violent, and angry, and is who separatist, he want to always become separate. He want to do his own thing.
Ang serbisyong devotional na ginagawa ng isang tao na mainggitin, mapagmalaki, violente, magagalitin, at inihahawalay ang sarili sa ibang tao.
How will that means access the chat?
Separatist.
The admin panel of the
So you see, when a person is in this kind of consciousness, he definitely won't want to associate with devotees.
Kapag ka ang tao ay nasa ganitong kamalayan, hindi niya gustong makisalamuha sa ibang deboto.
So he wants to do everything independent.
Kaya gusto niyang gawin ang mga gawain ng sa sarili lamang niya.
So therefore, all these bad qualities will not leave him also.
Kaya naman, ang masasamang katangian ay hindi siya iiwanan.
Can go to the next verse. So a person who is in this kind of consciousness, although he worships the deity, he is thinking always of, material enjoyment, fame, opulence. Can you read that?
Ang pagsamba sa mga deity sa templo ng isang separatista ay mayroong motibo para sa material na pagpapasaya, pagiging sikat, pagiging magarbo, at ang devotion niya ay nasa mode of passion.
So this is how, when a person has this kind of consciousness, then he won't want to take association of devotees.
Kapag ka ang isang tao ay nasa ganitong kamalayan, ayaw niyang makisalamuha sa ibang deboto o sa kapwa.
So when a person doesn't want to take association of devotees, then he will get this kind of desire to use devotional service for name and fame, no?
Kapag kaayaw niyang makisalamuha sa mga deboto, magkakaroon siya ng pagnanasa na gamitin ang kanyang serbisyong devosyonal para makatamo ng kasikatan at mataas na pangalan.
With this kind of consciousness, you cannot get pure devotional service.
Sa ganitong kamalayan, hindi niya makukuha ang dalisay na serbisyong devosyonal.
It's explained that all these things, name, fame, enjoyment, are like weeds, growing along with the devotional creeper.
Ipinapaliwanag na ang mga bagay na ito ang pagpapasiya, katanyagan, kagarbuhan, at mataas na pangalan. Lahat ng mga ito ay tila mga weeds na nakasisira sa serbisyong devosyonal.
And we all know when we plant something, we must pull out all the weeds, otherwise the plant will not grow properly.
Kaya nga kahalintulad nito, kapag ka nagtatanim tayo ng halaman, tinatanggal natin ang mga weeds o ang mga damo. Kasi kung mayroon nito, hindi lalaki ang halaman ng maayos.
So similarly, our devotional creeper, if we don't protect it by pulling out all these kind of weeds of name, fame, and all this opulence and all that, then our devotional creeper will be shunted, it will not grow properly.
Kaya naman, kapag ka ang ating creeper ng devotion, ng serbisyong devotional ay naharangan ng mga ito, yung pagpapasiya, katanyagan, kagarbuhan, at mataas na pangalan, At kapag hindi natin tinanggal ang mga tila damong ito, ang creeper ng serbisyong devotional natin ay hindi uunlad.
So therefore, we need advanced devotees to guide us,
Kaya
Always.
kailangan natin ang tulong ng mga mas matataas na mga deboto palagi para gabayan tayo.
Can you go to 5, 12, 14 now?
5, 12, 14.
Quick access stuff.
You can read the purport. Yeah, I don't know, you can translate all this.
Diwa.
Yeah, translate this.
Ang insidenteng nandito ay ipinapaliwanag ay napakamahalaga. Sa naunang bersikulo, sinasabi dito, Vina Mahat Padaraho Vishekam. Rahjo Vishekam. Ang isa ay hindi matatamo ang perpeksyon nang hindi nilalagyan ng nang hindi nalalagyan ng alikabok mula sa lutos na paanan ng isang mataas na deboto sa kanyang ulo. Kapag ka ang isa ay palaging sumusunod sa mga utos ng kanyang pinunong spiritual, walang tanong ng pagbagsak. Sa oras na ang isang mangmang na disipulo ay sinubukang lagpasan ang kanyang pinunong spiritual at naging ambisyoso para sakupin ang kanyang posisyon, kaagad-agad siyang babagsak. Yasya prasyada, bagavat prasyado, yasya prasyada, nagati kutopi. Kapag ka ang pinunong spiritual ay kinonsidera ang isang ordinaryong, ay itinuring na isang ordinaryong tao, ang disipulo ay kaagad na mawawalan ng pagkakataon para umunlad.
Finish?
No, not yet, Prabhu. Wait, sorry. Sa kabila ng napakahigpit na buhay ng serbisyong devosyonal, si Bharata Maharaj ay hindi kumonsulta sa pinunong spiritual nang siya ay naging attached sa isang usa. Kaya naman, ang pagkaka-attach niya sa usa ay nagdulot ng pagkakakalimot niya sa kaniyang gawaing spiritual. Kaya naman siya ay bumagsak. Finish, Prabhu.
Very good. So you see the last line, despite a very rigid life in devotional service, Bharat Maharaj did not consult the spiritual master when he became overly attached to a deer. Consequently, he became strongly attached to deer, and forgetting his spiritual routine, he fell down. So you want to translate that again?
Sa kabila ng napakahigpit na buhay sa serbisyong devosyonal, si Bharata Maharaj ay hindi kumonsulta sa kanyang pinunong spiritual, kaya naman siya ay napadikit ang loob sa isang usa. Kaya naman, sa pagkakadikit sobra ng loob niya sa usa, nakalimutan niya ang kanyang spiritual na gawain at siya ay bumagsak.
So you see, that's why association is so important,
Kaya naman ang pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto ay napaka-importante.
And this also the line, if the spiritual master is considered an ordinary man, the disciple surely loses his chance to advance further. You see that line?
At binabanggit din sa isang linya dito na kapag ka ang isang disipulo ay itinuring niya ang kanyang pinunong spiritual bilang isang ordinaryong tao, kaagad-agad na siya ay babagsak.
This is what's happening now. Many people are thinking that Srila Prabhupada is an ordinary person.
Ganito ang nangyayari sa pangkasalukuyang panahon. Itinuturing nila na si Srila Prabhupada ay isang ordinaryong tao lamang.
And therefore, they cannot advance further. Finish.
Kaya naman hindi na sila umuunlad. Tapos na.
So you see how association with advanced devotee is so important.
Kaya ang pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto ay napakahalaga.
Now we will go to the part of the right kind of association. What is this right kind of association?
Ngayon tatalakayin natin ang tamang pamamaraan ng pakikisalamuha. Ano ang tamang pamamaraan ng pakikisalamuha?
Prabhupada explained that in this verse 3:29-17.
3:29:17.
You can go down to the purport. Friendship, you go to friendship. See the word friendship there? Yeah. You want to explain, read this part there?
Yes, Prabhu. Ang pagkakaibigan ay kailangang maging sementado sa pagitan ng dalawang taong may parehong interes at pag-unawa. Ang mga tao ay tinatawag na swajati o nasa parehong kasta. Ang deboto ay kailangang iwasan ang tao na ang katangian ay hindi nakatuon sa hindi nakatuon sa pamantayan na pag-unawa. At kahit siya man ay isang Vaishnava o isang deboto ni Krishna, kapag ang kanyang katangian ay hindi tama, kailangan siyang iwasan.
So you see, this is a very important point here, that we have to associate with people who are of the same, interest and understanding.
Kaya naman napakahalagang punto dito na dapat maunawaan na kailangan tayo makasalamuha sa isang deboto na may kaparehong na pag-unawa at gawa na may tamang pamantayan.
Just like, some people are thinking that no, you must have a living guru. Huh?
Katulad ng sinasabi ng iba, ayon sa kanila, dapat daw ay mayroon kang buhay na guru.
But this principle is not supported by Shastra. Guru is living or Guru is not dying. Guru is eternal.
Pero ang prinsipyong ito ay hindi sinusuportahan ng Shastra. Ang deboto ay walang salitang gano'n na living guru. Ang living guru ay hindi namamatay.
You cannot associate with people who are not following the order of Prabhupada.
At hindi ka dapat makisalamuha sa mga deboto na hindi sinusunod ang utos ni Srila Prabhupada.
You cannot say, no, everybody is devotee, no problem. No. This verse clearly differentiates who is devotee, who is not devotee.
Hindi mo maaaring sabihin na hindi. Lahat sila ay mga deboto. Kailangan matutunan mong kilalanin kung sino ang tamang deboto.
If someone is not following the instruction of Prabhupada or the scriptures, then he cannot be classified as devotee.
Kung sino man ay hindi sumusunod sa utos ni Srila Prabhupada sa banal na kasulatan, siya ay hindi maituturing na isang deboto.
And if someone is breaking the principle, you go and associate with him, again you have a problem.
At kung ang isang tao ay hindi sumusunod sa mga prinsipyo, hindi ka dapat makipagsalamuha sa kanila.
If you follow all this kind of wrong people, you're going to hell, along with the leader.
Kapag sumunod ka sa mga gantong uri ng tao, mapapasama ka sa kanila sa pagbagsak papunta sa impyerno kasama ang kanilang pinuno.
So therefore, you cannot just simply, think, everything is all right. That's not correct,
Kaya naman mali na isipin mo na ang lahat ay tama.
Even if they are devotees, if their thinking is not in line, then we should avoid them.
Kahit na sila ay deboto, kung ang pag-iisip nila ay baliko sa tama, hindi mo sila dapat samahan.
Yes, it says here, even though he may be Vaishnava or a devotee of Krishna, if his character is not correctly representative, then he should be avoided.
Sinasabi dito sa bersikulo, kahit na siya ay isang Vaishnava o isang devotee ni Krishna, kapag ang kanyang katangian ay hindi tama sa pamantayan, siya ay dapat iwasan.
And you can see in the case of Bhishmadev, who is Mahajan, but he associated with Duryodhan. As a result, he was killed.
Kahit nga sa kaso ni Bhishmadev na isang Mahajan, dahil sa pakikisalamuhan niya kay Duryodhan, sa huli siya ay pinatay din.
You see how serious is the offense? You cannot say, oh, it's all right, I can do what I like after all, everybody is devotee. You cannot think like that, because that kind of thinking is for pure devotee who is in the first class platform. And if you are not pure in the first class platform, if you think like that, you can fall down.
Makikita mo kung gaano kaseryoso ang kanyang pagkakasala. Kaya naman, ang isang tao ay hindi maaaring isipin na ang kahit sino ay tama. Ang pag-iisip na ganito ay nasa first class na deboto lamang.
If you are not in the first class.
At tayo ay hindi nasa estado ng first class na deboto.
You cannot artificially imitate, this is not correct.
Hindi natin pwedeng gayahin ang pagiging first class na deboto, hindi ito wasto.
So we must know our position and we must act accordingly.
Kailangan malaman natin ang ating posisyon at kailangang kumilos tayo ng ayon dito.
So therefore, to be safe, it is best to be guided by devotees.
Kaya naman para mailigtas, ang tama ay ang makisalamuha tayo sa mga tamang deboto.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, Prabhu.
Does one have to be logged into?
So therefore, it says it is very important to take association of devotees.
Kaya naman sinasabi dito na napakahalaga ang makisalamuha sa mga tamang deboto.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
So does this answer the question?
When I select, when I want to post a comment, then I have to log into Facebook. How does that work?
Anybody has got questions on this subject up to now?
I have a question, Prabhu.
Yes.
You explained already that these are the devotees to be avoided. Then how should we know who are the devotees to associate with?
You want to say that in Tagalog?
But if I have not logged
Pinaliwanag mo sa amin kung sino po ang mga deboto na kailangang iwasan. Pero sino po naman ang mga deboto na dapat po naming samahan?
By first talking to them, we will know where they are at,
Sa pamamagitan ng pakikipag-usap sa kanila, malalaman natin dito kung anong uri ng deboto sila.
And by talking to them, and if you find out that he is not in proper standing, then we should avoid him.
At kapag sa pakikipag-usap sa kanila at nalaman natin kung sila ay hindi nasa wastong pamantayan, iwasan na natin sila.
Actually, the devotee who is correcting us is our real friend, you know.
Katunayan, ang isang deboto na itinatama tayo o pinagsasabihan tayo, sila ang mga tamang deboto.
Someone is always smiling and smiling, not saying anything, then he is not very good devotee for you.
Kung sino pa yung deboto na ngiti lang ng ngiti o ayon lang ng ayon sa'yo, sila pa yung mga debotong hindi tama para sa'yo.
So someone is correcting means he's helping us to correct our mistakes.
Ang isang deboto na iwinawasto tayo sa tama para hindi tayo magkamali, sila yung mga tama na deboto.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we have to learn how to see like that, you know.
Kaya dapat makita natin ang ito sa ganitong perspektibo.
So that answers the question.
Yes, Prabhu. May question yan sa chat box.
Can we go to 4:26:21?
I think mostly should be video, but I think if there's audio course, why not?
Four 26:21 and 4:26:22.
Sinabi ni Haring Puranjana, "O mahal kong magandang asawa, kapag ka ang isang pinuno ay tinanggap ang kanyang alipin bilang kanyang tao, pero hindi siya pinaparusahan sa kanyang mga pagkakasala, ang alipin ay maituturing na hindi mapalad."
Next verse.
May charger ka. O mahal kong dalaga, kapag ka ang pinuno ay itinatama ang kanyang alipin, ang alipin ay kailangang tanggapin ito bilang dakilang habag. Kapag kang isa ay ang isang tao, kapag siya ay nagalit sa ganitong pagkakataon, siya ay maituturing na mangmang sapagkat hindi niya alam na ito ay tungkulin ng isang kaibigan.
Finish?
Yes, Prabhu.
Very good. So you can see how if you are chastised and corrected, that is your great fortune.
Kaya naman, para malaman mo na ang pagtatama sa iyo,
Donation also can.
ito ay katunayan na isang dakilang ito ay kaibigan mo.
So like that, association of devotees doesn't mean that always the devotees are always joking and laughing, you know.
Kaya naman, ang pakikisalamuha sa mga deboto ay hindi maituturing na pakikipagtawanan lang at pakikipagbiruan sa bawat isa.
So sometimes association also is to correct us so that our character becomes refined, you know.
Minsan, kinakailangang iwasto rin tayo upang ang ating mga katangian at ang ating gawain ay maging mas maayos.
For the donation. So
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah.
So therefore, we have to be very matured in understanding all these things.
Kaya naman, kailangan nating maging matured para sa mga na maunawaan ang mga ganitong bagay.
All right, so I think I have dwelled at length on this subject. Huh?
Question.
Actually, there's a follow-up question, Prabhu, in the chat box.
Hmm.
Says devotional service also can be done by a person in the mode of passion. To whom does he offer that devotional service?
It offers to Krishna, but because it is, you want to translate first? Huh?
Bilang katanungan,
Rose Mataji.
kay Rosemary Mataji, ang serbisyong devotional na nasa mode of passion, kanino ito inaalay? At maaari din ba itong gawin ng isang tao?
So this is actually mode of passion means the person is in the third class platform of devotional service.
Ang serbisyong devotional na nasa mode of passion ay nasa plataforma ng third class na devoto.
So being in the third class platform, yeah, he's offering to Krishna. We're not saying no.
At bagamat nasa third class na posisyon, ito ay iniaalay pa rin kay Krishna.
So he's still in the neophyte level, you know.
Pero ito ay nasa neophyte na level.
He may not be doing pure devotional service.
Maaaring hindi, subalit ito paggawa ng isang dalisay na serbisyong devotional.
Can you go to 7:14:40?
Minsan, ang pinakabababang deboto ay iniaalay ang lahat ng parapernalya para sa pagsamba sa Panginoon. At siya ay sumasamba sa Panginoon bilang deity. Subalit, dahil siya ay mainggitin sa mga nakatataas na deboto ni Lord ng Panginoong Vishnu, ang Panginoon ay hindi matutuwa sa kanyang serbisyong devosyonal.
Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, how about actually until now I'm not really very clear, devotional service. What I understand with devotional service is the devotional service that is offered to Lord Krishna. That is only my understanding until now. But then how about those who are offering, like praying to other gods? Don't say other gods, but praying to the Christianity and all that. They also pray to Lord Jesus Christ and all that. The Buddhists also pray to Lord Buddha. So are those considered also as devotional service?
No. Devotional service is only to Krishna or his avatars, expansions. You want to explain that in Tagalog?
Yes. Tinatanong po ni Rosemary Mataji, ang pagkakaintindi po kasi niya sa serbisyong devotional ay ang serbisyo na iniaalay mo sa Panginoon. Ngayon, ang serbisyong devotional ba na inaalay mo sa ibang Panginoon or sa ibang itinuturing na Panginoon katulad nila Buddha or Jesus or iba pa sa Kristyanidad, ito ba ay matuturing na serbisyong devotional din? Ang sagot ni Prabhu ay hindi. Ang serbisyong devotional lamang ay para kay Panginoong Krishna.
So unless you have a proper guru to guide you, you cannot do devotional service.
Maliban na lamang kung may pinunong spiritual ka na gagabay sa iyo, hindi ka makakagawa ng serbisyong devotional.
Can you go to 15108? Can you go to the purport? Next verse. Yeah. Can you read that?
This one, Prabhu, unless one is initiated.
Yes.
Maliban na lamang kung ang isang tao ay binigyan ng inisasyon ng isang autorisadong pinunong spiritual, ang lahat ng kanyang gawaing devotional ay walang kwenta. Ang isang tao na hindi wastong nabigyan ng inisasyon ay maaaring bumaba uli sa animal na uri ng nilalang. Uri ng buhay bilang hayop.
So therefore, devotional service can be only be done under the guidance of a pure devotee, you know.
Kaya naman, ang serbisyong devotional ay magagawa lamang sa pamamagitan ng paggabay ng isang pinunong espiritual.
You cannot say, oh, Krishna is in the heart, you know, he knows, you know, he's so kind, you know. Yeah, he's in our heart. If you are sincere, he will lead you to a pure devotee to make you understand the process of devotional service.
Hindi natin maaaring sabihin na si Krishna naman ay mabait, napakabait, maawain, matatanggap na niya yan. Hindi ganoon. Kung ang awa ni Krishna ay dadaling niya tayo sa tamang o autorisadong pinunong spiritual para maituro sa atin ang tamang proseso.
Therefore, it is said, can you go to 24,331?
Should have like how many points I have and also like donation how much I have. For example, if I'm a user, what events have I selected to volunteer for, or which you get my point. So at one place I can see all those things that I have subscribed for or have coupons on my own profile.
Kailangan talaka.
No, I want you to go to the purport.
Yeah, so not whatever events I attended, as in, let's say I subscribed to event to attend on the 30th of so in my profile I'll be like, it will be displayed like
So you can go to that place where you can see as far as the time of Diksha is concerned, everything depends on the position of the Guru. As soon as the bona fide Guru is received by chance or by a program, one should immediately take the opportunity to receive initiation. Is that point here?
I think this is scope of work.
Hanggang sa oras na ang diksha o ang inisasyon ay mabigyang halaga, lahat ay dedepende sa posisyon ng guru. Sa panahon sa pagkakataon na ang autorisadong guru ay tanggapin sa pamamagitan ng pagkakataon o sa pamamagitan ng programa, ang isa ay kailangang agad-agad na kuhanin ang pagkakataon na makatanggap ng inisasyon.
Can you go down after this verse? You can read again. Yeah, if by chance one gets a Sadguru, is it?
Guru, malungkot na guru. Sa pagkakataon ng isang tao ay makakuha ng isang sadguru o autorisadong guru, hindi ibig sabihin nito na hindi kapag ka ang isa ay mabigyan ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng isang autorisadong guru, hindi na mahalaga maski siya ay nasa templo o nasa gubat. Kapag ka ang autorisadong pinunong spiritual ay pumayag, ang isa ay agad-agad na bibigyang inisasyon nang hindi na hinihintay ang tamang lugar o ang tamang pagkakataon.
So therefore, people who worship Buddha is not propagating devotional service, is denying the existence of God.
Kaya naman, yung mga nananalig kay Buddha, si Buddha kasi ay hindi niya sinusuportahan ang paggawa ng serbisyong devosyonal. Hindi siya naniniwala sa konsepto ng Panginoon.
And worshipping the other demigods, they cannot give you devotional service.
O kahit ang pagsamba mo sa mga demigods, ang mga demigods ay hindi makakapagbigay sa iyo ng serbisyong devotional.
So devotional service can only be done to Krishna or his expansions, no?
Kaya naman ang serbisyong devotional ay magagawa lamang sa pamamagitan ni Krishna at sa kanyang mga expansion.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, but then if we are sincere with meaning if a person is sincere, of course, sorry Prabhu, I know that here is Krishna consciousness, but what I just wanted to ask is that those who worship the demigod wholeheartedly, I will say like that, then if the demigods will be satisfied with their worship, so they will lead them to Krishna also.
Can you go, Haribol? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, whoever does that, he do it in a wrong way.
When users of our app approach you in your shop showing this coupon, right?
Translate yan.
Then you will be able to give them that particular discount. Let's say 5% or 10%. So that is how this coupon.
Iyong mga deboto ng ibang Panginoon at hindi at sinasamba sila sa kanilang pananampalataya.
That is the idea for coupons. And points is basically for users who have attended the function, attended the class.
Sa katunayan ay sinasamba ako lamang o anak ni Kunti, pero ginagawa nila ito sa maling pamamaraan.
Can you go to this one? Finish this already?
Yes, Prabhu.
4:29:45.
Ritu, are you clear on this?
Can you translate this?
Yes, Prabhu. Sa kabila ng paglilinang ng kaalamang bediko na walang limitasyon, ang pagsamba sa iba't ibang mga demigod sa pamamagitan ng simptomas ng mga Vedic mantras, ang pagsamba sa demigod ay hindi makakatulong sa isang tao para maunawaan ang kataas-taasang kapangyarihan ng personalidad ng Diyos.
So you can just read this version if you want.
Clear, right? Demigod worship does not help one to understand the supreme powerful personality of Godhead.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions on this?
Prabhu,
Yes.
okay. No, I already remember what have you told me earlier. So yeah, it's okay. Sabi niya, ang kulit mo.
Sarvanan has a question on this.
On the admin panel, we can do that
You are muted, I
for
think.
the next round. Because I'm not out of time. I've got another meeting to jump to. So we'll do one thing. You just do
So this is very clear.
as far as the changes for the user and
Thank you.
front-end user that we have discussed today.
Okay, we'll take the next question. No?
We will just discuss on those points that have been added, and then we will move on to the admin panel.
Question number 2. What program of activities can we suggest to those devotees who are unable to come to the temple for whatever reason, be it the distance or the current lockdown situation, that they can perform in their respective houses in order to maintain their enthusiasm and proper standards in Krishna consciousness?
Okay, tomorrow 3:30.
Anong programa ng mga aktibidad ang maaari nating imungkahi
Actually, if there was
sa mga deboto na hindi
Start from the
makakapunta sa temple? Anong programa ng mga aktibidad ang maaari nating imungkahi sa mga deboto na hindi makakapunta sa templo para sa anumang kadahilanan, maging ang distansya o ang kasalukuyang sitwasyon ng lockdown, na maaari nilang gampanan sa kani-kanilang mga tahanan upang mapanatili ang kanilang sigasig at tamang pamantayan sa kamalayan kay Krishna?
So the person who is sitting at home, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed them, no, to preach Krishna consciousness.
I'll just host on the day, and then I'll send all of you the link. And then we work from
Right.
tomorrow 3:30 Singapore time. Okay?
Kaya naman, ayon kay Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, para sa mga tao na nasa kanilang mga tahanan, ang tamang pamamaraan o gawain para mapaglinang ang kamalayan kay Krishna ay ang pangangaral o ang pagpupreach ng
So
kamalayan
there's-
kay Krishna.
If they are sitting at home, if they can preach Krishna consciousness, then Maya will not disturb them.
Kaya kung nasa kanilang tahanan sila, kung kaya nilang mangaral tungkol sa kamalayan kay Krishna, hindi sila gagambalain ng Maya.
So, but if he's sitting at home, if he doesn't preach Krishna consciousness, then then you will be big trouble.
Subalit kung nasa kanila tayong tahanan at hindi tayo nangaral ng tungkol sa kamalayan kay Krishna, maaari tayong malagay sa kapanganiban.
So this is the danger.
Ito ang panganib nito.
Simply if you sit at home, eat and sleep, then is also dangerous.
Kapag ka nasa bahay ka lang, kakain, tutulog, ito ay napakadelikado.
You can go to CC Antya 8278.
We have done on this front-end user part. Okay?
Oh, no 278. Huh?
Okay, so you just
I think what verse is that?
okay? Thank you, Pradeep, for coming on. Just share the link. Yeah.
What? Oh, here. Madhya 15278. Oh, sorry. Madhya 25278. Yeah, can you translate this?
Ang isang tao ay nagiging malakas at mataba sa pamamagitan ng pagkain ng tamang mga grains. Pero subalit, grains, butil. Subalit, ang mga deboto na kumakain ng mga ordinaryong grains o butil na hindi tinitikman ang transcendental na pastime ni Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at ni Krishna ay kadalasang nanghihina at bumabagsak mula sa posisyong transcendental. Gayunpaman, kapag ka ang isa ay uminom ng patak ng nektar mula sa pastimes ni Krishna, ang kanyang katawan at ang kanyang isip ay magsisimulang lumago at magsisimula siyang tumawa, kumanta at magsayaw.
Can you go to the purport?
Diwa, ang lahat ng deboto na konektado sa kilusan ng kamalayan kay Krishna ay kailangang basahin ang lahat ng aklat na translate. Ang Chaitanya Tamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita at iba pa. Sa kabilang dako, pagkatapos ng ilang panahon, kung hindi nila gagawin ito at sila pagkaraan ng ilang taon, sila ay kakain lamang, matutulog at babagsak mula sa kanilang posisyon. Kaya naman, hindi sila magkakaroon ng pagkakataon para matamo ang eternal at kasiyasiyang buhay sa transcendental na kasiyahan.
I think this answers the question, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Spot on.
I don't know, I always have spot on shlokas. So we have to be careful, If we want to stay at home, then we have to preach, and to preach we must read, and we must follow all the other things, offering prasadam, waking up early, doing mangalarti, chanting our rounds. So these are all very essential. Otherwise, we stay alone at home. Mostly if the family is helping, good. If the family not helping, big trouble, no? Yeah, po.
Yes, Prabhu. Kaya naman pag tayo ay nananatili sa ating bahay, napakahalaga na gawin natin ang pangangaral ng kamalayan kay Krishna. Para makapangaral tayo, kailangan nating basahin ang mga aklat na ito nga, yung mga Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam at Bhagavad Gita. At maliban dito, kailangan nating gawin ang mga nasa pamantayang gawain katulad ng pag-aalay ng pagkain sa Panginoon o ng prasadam, pag-chant ng ating mga rounds, paggising sa umaga para mag-mangalarti.
Yeah, po.
Opo. Yes, Prabhu.
I think it's very clear, isn't it? Huh?
Opo.
Anything else?
All right, so we can take questions from many of the other participants because these were the two questions that we had before the session. So if any one of you would like to ask any other questions, you can ask.
Okay, otherwise you can, stop the share screen. We can talk to everybody individually how they felt on the program.
Yes, please.
They can each give, their realization, what they learned today.
Actually, we chose this specific topic so it will help everybody cope with the current situation, and so that they can learn on what aspects of devotional service they should concentrate on. Because now coming to the temple is almost like nil. Everybody is in their own respective houses, so that is why we specifically chose these questions. So any of you can share with us?
Like to say something, what you learned today? Yes,
Alfred Prabhu?
yes. You're
Right here.
muted. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, Prabhu.
The summary is that devotee association is very important because whoever we keep association, then we acquire the quality of the person we are associating with. So if we associate with devotees, then we get devotee qualities. And if we associate with animals, then we get animal qualities. So also, in this situation, pandemic situation, since we are almost always inside our houses, we should continue to practice devotional service by first, importantly, chanting, hearing and chanting, reading scriptures, offering prasad to the Supreme Lord, doing Mangal Arti. And basically, the most important one is hearing and chanting and reading so that we could teach to others.
Very good.
Thank you.
Jai.
Anybody else?
Bhakta Jasper.
Yes, Prabhu.
Kamusta ang session ngayon? Anong
Can speak in
natutunan?
Tagalog also, no problem. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, yung may pag-associate lagi sa right devotee. Tapos, always tell what you're thinking to the right one devotee. Accept correction.
Very good.
What he said?
To always reveal the mind to the right kind of devotees and always accept correction when corrected, not only praise. And
Very good. I wish everyone can do that. Sarvanan, quiet observer, never say anything.
உங்க வாய்ஸ் வர மாட்டேங்குது பிரபு. No, cannot hear you.
Muted. He's muted.
He's not muted actually, he's unmuted, but somehow his voice is not coming through. Varla Prabhu.
You have to speak on the handphone, I think.
Maybe you can disconnect the earphones then. Varla Prabhu. Varamatika.
Maybe Manju Kesi can speak until he rectifies his problem.
I think Manjukesi Mataji is multitasking there. She's taking prasadam and listening to the session. That's why.
What about SA21? Who is this? Oh, she's taking.
That's Marina Mataji. SA21 is Marina Matu. Yes.
What do you
Yes.
understand?
For me, right now it's so difficult for me to again come back to KC. I'm into Christian. Yeah, I find it difficult right now because for one thing, my family, that's the very first issue I had before. That's why very difficult for me right now.
No, at least you can start chanting Hare Krishna, you know, that nobody can stop you.
Mhm.
Yes. So you start chanting and then everything will develop from there, you know.
Yeah, two of my devotee friends before are suggesting that one. First was Tulsi Krishna and Ramananda also advising me to again chant.
You pray to Krishna, you chant, huh? She's not there now, lost.
No, she's there, Prabhu.
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm
So
here.
you do that simple thing, you know, you chant, nobody can stop you from chanting. Yes.
Yeah, but I have to find. I seem to have lost my beads.
Never mind, you can chant with your fingers, can chant in the mouth, you know.
Yeah.
Or we can
Yeah,
send
you-
the beads also for you if you can give us share your address. We can send you beads, chanting beads.
We can send
Okay.
Or you can even use your rosary and chant, no?
Yeah. Rosary has exactly 54 beads.
54. Yeah.
So
So
double,
twice of that is
double.
108.
Double.
Mm. So
Find
you
me.
chant Hare Krishna, you'll see Krishna will make so many things good for you.
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, hopefully.
Why? Hopefully it is working for every one of us. Why not for you? Krishna is sitting in your heart. Nobody else is sitting in your heart. Yes? Isn't?
Ano, si Jesus. You
Yeah.
know, well, the God is in our heart
Yeah,
naman talaga, the
yes.
Holy Spirit.
That's why it's coming and bringing you to this association here of all devotees, and we're all encouraging you. Yes?
Yeah, and also Manju Casey. I recently, yeah,
So this is what
I found
association is all about, you know.
yeah,
Association means to bring you closer to Krishna.
maybe this is the time
So
for you
some
to
or other you try to chant, huh?
answer to Manjo.
maybe this is the time
Yes,
for you to come back.
Maybe everything has its purpose.
correct.
It's
Yeah.
not an accident.
Yeah.
You chant, huh? You ask Manju Kesi who can help her, huh? You can send her the beats and something, huh?
Yeah, maybe we can send some.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, huh?
You, yes, Prabhu.
How about you, Manju Kesi? What you learned today?
I
Learn how to
Prasadam.
multitask.
no. For today's topic, Prabhu, yes, the association of the devotees is very important. And
Yes.
then rather than to associate with the non-devotees.
Yes.
And Prabhu, I encounter someone when I just this today, Prabhu, uh, because I invited him to come in this Zoom class, and then he replied to me like this. He said that this week is too offensive to Srila Prabhupada. They will follow only with those ISKCON gurus who are bona fide. And then I told him,
We just don't know what you have here regarding this week. And then I close. That's a devotee from ISKCON Prabhu.
So what he said exactly?
Prabhu,
Can
sorry.
you translate for me? I didn't get the accent.
Ready ka?
Mataji, ano daw yung sinabi eksakto ng devotee?
Ang sabi niya, they said that Ritvik is too offensive to Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, the Ritviks. Oh, the
Yeah.
Ritviks. I thought this week. Okay.
No,
alright.
no problem. And they said they will follow only with those ISKCON gurus who are bona fide. And then I told him, you just don't know what you have heard regarding Ritvik. Then I closed Prabhu.
Oh, so the ISKCON gurus are more bona fide by having illicit sex, huh?
Nonsense, Prabhu.
Correct?
Yes. He just don't know what it is.
First of all, how can they be bona fide when they disobey the order of Prabhupada?
Yeah.
Huh? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So because they are misguided, they just know the Ritvik is not bona fide. But why is it not bona fide? They don't know that. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
You should send him that video, We have that video in Tagalog, no?
Yes, Prabhu, we have.
Send it to him. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Yeah, there Prabhupada is saying Ritvik, yes. So what is he saying? Ritvik, no. Huh?
Offensive.
Prabhupada is saying Ritvik, yes. And he's saying Ritvik, no. That means he's more than Prabhupada.
Is it okay to mention his name here, Prabhu? Brajakishore Prabhu?
Yes. Yeah. What?
His name. It's okay.
Maybe no. Later on we can
Okay.
share it with you.
Okay.
Saravanan, you're okay now? Your phone is working?
No, his microphone doesn't seem to be working, Prabhu. Somehow something is wrong with the microphone.
Jai Gopal, of course, is also muted. Huh?
He's actually at work, Prabhu. He's listening to the lecture on one ear and he's taking calls on the other ear. So he's multitasking there.
Pepe Marasigan also is here, Prabhu, and he can see us, the class, but he cannot hear.
Who's that Pepe? Who's this
He's
Pepe?
here, Prabhu. He's here.
Pepe, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you speak?
He cannot hear because don't sound, he said.
He cannot
No
hear, then
sound.
how did he come to the class?
No,
I don't
he
know.
has
He's
to
on
join
phone.
manually. When he joins the session, he has to press join audio.
Oh,
There's one option there in the beginning.
maybe.
So unless he presses that, he won't hear anything.
Yeah, I said I will send him the recorded class.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
But actually, I think with his help, today we got into double-digit number of participants, Prabhu.
what about Rosemary? How you like the class?
You still have question, Prabhu?
It is very much enlightening,
Wow.
especially for a lost soul like me, I will say. So really, I'm really getting a lot of of strength just listening from your class. Meaning,
Hare Krishna.
and for listening from your class and talking to other devotees as well. So I'm not shy to say that I'm passing a very much difficult part of my life today, and the devotees are the one who are giving me the strength. So I'm really very grateful to Brijakachar Prabhu that he really give me know that I should start listening again to these classes and all that. So I'm really grateful also that you are giving time over and over again. So thank you.
You are the only one here in Singapore, no? You can always come by. All the others, I don't know when they can come back again.
Yes, Prabhu. But it is really
Whose dog is that? Huh?
one should not really live Krishna. But without Krishna, life is nothing. Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely, Prabhu.
yes, that's a fact.
Yes.
We all made the crazy choice of coming here, and now we are regretting.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I guess I have to thank you all for your very nice realizations. You want to say something, Vijay Kishore Prabhu and Radhika? You both have not said something.
I'd like to say thank you very much, Prabhu, for the very enlightening session on the, clarifying this particular subject, shedding a lot of light on exactly what is association. Because here, this concept is always going around of some universal Vaishnava Sangha. This is a very commonly heard term here. So like when we went to Cebu also, they were like, let's put all our differences aside, and let's all just come together and do a Harinam, and it will bring about positivity and all that. So this is the kind of mood that always sort of exists here, and that's why it's very nice to actually document this whole subject very clearly. If anybody ever comes with this sort of an argument of the universal Vaishnava Sangha and all that, we can just forward this to them instead of wasting time with them so much. It's so difficult to explain this every single time to devotees, and in fact, devotees have some other few devotees who were with us before. They got upset when we said that we cannot associate with ISKCON people, and when we even showed them this verse that if a devotee is not if he's not properly represented, cannot associate with them, so they get upset. And also for other devotees who are either just starting off or who are not familiar with this topic, I think this should give a lot of clarity. It was very nicely presented, all the verses in one place about this topic, so it was very nice discussion.
Yeah, because everybody want to imitate to become a first class devotee, no?
Yeah, this thing is very common here, bro.
Everybody think I see no evil, I see everybody as big, but then he goes and have illicit sex.
Mm.
And what kind of seeing are you seeing? This is nonsense.
They don't see any evil outside because all the evil is within them only.
It's the problem, What about you, Radhika? Did a good job translating?
No, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu, for enlightening us regarding this topic of and clarifying and emphasizing that we should not have the diplomacy to be kind to anyone and everyone, and we have to choose whom to associate with. We also need to understand that as because I'm still neophyte devotee, so in order to be strong and in order not to be influenced by the so those who call themselves as devotee but who doesn't follow the orders of Srila Prabhupada, then better not to associate with them, so that I won't be contaminated with their false doing. So and even though they call us evil as Ritviks, still I'm proud to say that we are following what Srila Prabhupada really ordered us to do. So that's it, Prabhu.
I used to say, even if I have to go to hell with Prabhupada, I will do that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Wala pa dyan?
Rather than going to heaven with his non-devotees and non-gurus.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess I'm so thankful for your kind association this afternoon. I am fortunate to see you, all of you, again and again. Krishna is very kind to me. So,
Hare
thank
Krishna.
you
It's the
all
other way
again. I
around.
hope.
Actually,
Thank you very, very much, Prabhu.
Krishna is very kind to us.
Yes, Prabhu, it's totally the other way around.
Yeah.
So, all glories to Prabhupada and all
All
glories
glories to
you.
Srila
Huh?
Prabhupada. All glories to you, Prabhu.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
very
Thank you very
much.
much.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Devotees, Hare Krishna.
Jasper Prabhu, kailan ka pupunta sa temple? Nandito pa yata siya. Jasper Prabhu, are you still here? Hare Krishna. Prabhu, are you still here? Wala. Tayong dalawa. Ayan, lalabas pa yan sa... Oh, no.